Most people think garlic only changes your breath, but inside your body, something far more dramatic begins happening within minutes. The moment you crush a single clove of garlic, a hidden sulfur compound activates, and once it enters your bloodstream, it begins interacting directly with your arteries, your blood vessels, even the microscopic lining that controls blood pressure and circulation. Some researchers believe this tiny compound may help the body fight stiff, inflamed arteries. And the strange part, it all starts with one clove. Imagine looking inside your bloodstream right now. Your arteries are supposed to be flexible, smooth, and elastic. Every heartbeat sends blood surging through them like water through a clean hose. But over time, stress, inflammation, processed foods, and oxidized fats begin damaging the inner walls. Tiny cracks form, inflammatory cells arrive, oxidized LDL cholesterol starts sticking to those damaged surfaces. Slowly, plaque builds up. The artery becomes tighter, harder, less flexible. Blood pressure rises because your heart now has to force blood through narrowed pathways. And most people never feel this happening, until one day, the system begins failing. But garlic contains something unusual, a compound powerful enough to interact with this process at the cellular level. Its name is allicin. Here's where things get fascinating. Fresh garlic doesn't actually contain much allicin at first. Inside the clove are separate chemical components stored apart, like ingredients waiting to react. The moment you crush, chop, or chew garlic, cell walls rupture. An enzyme called allicin suddenly mixes with sulfur-containing molecules. Within seconds, allicin is created. It's unstable, highly reactive, and biologically aggressive. This is why fresh crushed garlic smells so strong. That sharp scent is chemistry in motion. Now imagine swallowing that clove. As digestion begins, allicin and related sulfur compounds move into the bloodstream. From there, they begin traveling through the vascular system, the vast network of arteries carrying oxygen and nutrients through your body. And one of the first things they may influence is nitric oxide signaling. Nitric oxide is one of the most important molecules your arteries produce naturally. Its job is simple but critical. It tells blood vessels to relax. When nitric oxide levels function properly, arteries stay open and flexible. Blood flows smoothly. Pressure stays balanced. But chronic inflammation, poor diet, smoking, high sugar intake, and oxidative stress can reduce nitric oxide activity over time. That's when arteries begin tightening. This is where garlic becomes interesting. Studies suggest sulfur compounds in garlic may help support nitric oxide production and improve endothelial function, the performance of the inner lining of blood vessels. So what does that actually look like inside the body? Picture a tense artery slowly loosening. The muscular walls relax. The passage widens. Blood encounters less resistance as it flows through. Pressure against the artery wall decreases. This process is called vasodilation, and even a small improvement in vasodilation can affect circulation throughout the entire cardiovascular system. But garlic's potential effects may go deeper than simple vessel relaxation. One of the biggest dangers inside arteries isn't just cholesterol itself, it's oxidized cholesterol. LDL cholesterol becomes especially harmful after oxidation, a destructive chemical reaction triggered by free radicals and inflammation. Once oxidized LDL becomes sticky and unstable, immune cells rush in to absorb it. Over time, these immune cells transform into foam cells, creating the fatty streaks that eventually become hardened arterial plaque. Think of oxidation like rust forming inside your bloodstream. Garlic appears to interfere with part of this chain reaction. Some studies suggest garlic compounds may help reduce lipid oxidation, limiting the damage caused by unstable free radicals. In simple terms, garlic may help make it harder for cholesterol to transform into its most dangerous form. Now imagine this happening day after day. Less oxidative stress, less inflammation, less pressure damaging arterial walls. Your body finally gains an environment where repair becomes possible, because your arteries are not dead tissue. They are living structures. Every second, the cells lining your blood vessels respond to signals from food, hormones, stress, movement, and inflammation. And one of the most important layers is something called the endothelium. The endothelium is an ultra-thin inner lining covering every blood vessel in your body. Scientists sometimes describe it as an organ by itself because of how important it is. This lining controls vascular relaxation, clotting, immune activity, and blood flow. When healthy, it acts like a smooth Teflon surface. Blood glides effortlessly across it. But when damaged, the surface becomes rough and inflamed. Plaque forms more easily, circulation weakens, blood pressure Research suggests compounds found in garlic may help support endothelial health by reducing inflammation and oxidative stress. Over time, healthier endothelial function means arteries may become more flexible again. And flexibility matters more than most people realize. Healthy arteries expand slightly with every heartbeat. Stiff arteries cannot. That stiffness forces the heart to work harder every second of the day, which means restoring elasticity may reduce long-term strain across the cardiovascular system. But here's the important part. Most videos never mention, none of this happens overnight. One garlic clove will not magically erase years of plaque buildup. The body changes through consistency. Biology responds to repeated signals. Think about exercise. One workout changes almost nothing, but repeated daily movement slowly reshapes muscles, hormones, metabolism, even brain chemistry. Garlic may work in a similar way. Small, repeated biochemical signals, day after day, week after week. Over time, those signals may gradually influence inflammation, circulation, endothelial function, and oxidative balance. Now imagine the timeline visually. Day 1. Blood vessel relaxation begins temporarily after sulfur compounds enter circulation. Week 1. Inflammatory stress markers may slightly improve. Month 1. Circulation efficiency and vascular responsiveness may begin adapting. 3 months. The cumulative effect of healthier signaling pathways may become more noticeable throughout the cardiovascular system. Again, this isn't magic. It's physiology, but garlic's effects may extend even further. Some researchers are investigating whether sulfur compounds influence platelet activity, the tendency of blood cells to clump together. Excessive clotting activity increases cardiovascular risk. Garlic appears to have mild blood thinning properties in some individuals, which is why people taking blood thinners are often advised to speak with a medical professional before consuming large amounts regularly. This reveals something important. Natural compounds can still be biologically powerful, because your body does not care whether a molecule came from a laboratory or from a plant. If the chemistry interacts with human physiology, the body responds. That's why ancient civilizations valued garlic long before modern science understood what was happening at the molecular level. They noticed patterns, energy, circulation, recovery. Now researchers are uncovering the mechanisms behind those observations. But there's another fascinating layer to this story. Your cardiovascular system is deeply connected to nearly every other system in the body. Better circulation affects oxygen delivery. Oxygen delivery affects cellular energy. Cellular energy affects brain performance, muscle recovery, inflammation control, and even aging itself. Because aging is not just about time. Aging is also about damage accumulation, oxidation, inflammation, cellular stress, restricted circulation, and this is why a simple garlic clove attracts so much scientific attention. Not because it's magical, but because it appears to interact with several major aging pathways at once: inflammation, oxidative stress, vascular function, blood flow, endothelial signaling. Few foods influence so many systems simultaneously. Now there's something important you should know. How garlic is prepared changes everything. High heat can reduce allicin formation significantly. That means heavily cooked garlic may not produce the same biological activity as fresh crushed garlic. Many experts recommend crushing garlic and allowing it to sit for several minutes before eating or cooking it lightly. This gives the allicin enzyme enough time to generate allicin before heat interferes with the reaction. That tiny waiting period may dramatically change the chemistry. And chemistry changes biology. So when you look at a garlic clove now, you're not just looking at food, you're looking at a dense package of reactive sulfur compounds evolved by nature for defense. Compounds that just happen to interact with the human cardiovascular system in remarkable ways. Inside your arteries right now, billions of cells are responding to the signals you give them daily. Every meal matters. Every habit matters. Every repeated behavior shapes the biology of your future. And sometimes, profound changes begin with something incredibly small. One clove, one signal, one daily decision that quietly changes what's happening inside your bloodstream.